Australian tourism leaders are concerned that the virus will lead to a dramatic fall in the number of Chinese visitors. Live to Julia Bradley on the Gold Coast for more. Julia, Queensland is expected to be one of the hardest hit out of these lost tourists, I guess, on the back of concerns they were dwindling because of bushfires as well.
I mean, almost 500,000 Chinese tourists visited the Sunshine State in the year ending September, injecting about $1.5 billion into the state's tourism economy. China is Queensland's largest tourism market, and the Gold Coast is certainly a tourism favourite. But Australian tourism leaders, they're now fearful for the impact that China's suspension on group travel is going to have on our tourism industry, as you mentioned, particularly as it's still recovering from the impacts of bushfires and drought as well, particularly here in Queensland. It's understood that about a quarter of Chinese visitors to Australia will be impacted by this travel ban.
You know, I checked it out yesterday just to see how significant tourism is for our export sector. Now, number 5, if you look at the top 10, number 5 is travel education. So all the students that come in have been linked into a group called travel education. That's number 5. And number 3 is personal travel. So putting them together, they're close to being one of our most significant exports. Now, of course, China's not going to travel, and China is our most important tourism customer nowadays.
And Tom, the crisis certainly hit home here on the Gold Coast yesterday when we saw a Chinese guest staying at a luxury hotel here in Broadbeach rushed to a Gold Coast hospital after presenting symptoms that consistent with coronavirus. Several other tourists here on the Gold Coast have suffered the same fate in recent days, but so far all suspected cases have returned a negative result.